Starting off again, like always, I'm just going to desensitize them to the rope as the very first thing that I'm going to do today. They're obviously getting more and more confident with the rope going around their legs and over their back. So this is a great exercise to start with. So today I'm going to actually work on changing directions in movement, in motion. So I'm going to change directions while he's going in a circle. So this is a new thing for him, to be able to change directions in the middle of the circle. He's a little pony with a lot of energy, so this is not a slow speed thing for him. His trot is pretty quick. And I'll step in front of him, send him the other way. That was good. I'll just stop him to let him relax, let him think about everything, back him up a couple steps. I want him to back up a bit quicker. Oops. Back up, back up. Thank you. And now just let him relax for a few seconds, because if you're constantly telling them to move, 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 and you never give them a chance to relax, then they'll get very reactive. So now I'm going to just go ahead and desensitize him to the sound of the whip again, because every time I've done it so far, it's meant that he's supposed to go. So this time I'm going to just remind him it doesn't always mean go. So it's a really balanced thing. Like one exercise or two exercises making him move, a little bit of desensitizing. So if you mix it up like that, then they don't get too nervous, and they also still pay attention. If you just desensitize them all day, they'll fall asleep and won't listen to you anymore. Good job. Okay, now I'll send him between me and this fence over here. Stop him, have him back up. That's great. You see there, you actually willingly backed up, which is very good. With this exercise, it's key to let them rest on both sides. And then you avoid them doing endless circles around behind you and everything like that. So if I let him rest here, as long as he's far enough away from me, then I'll save myself a lot of trouble. Back up, back up, back up. He's not backing up at all. So I'm going to whip him on the shoulder there, tell him, hey, get back, get back, get back, get back. That's good. So it's important to be clear with them, because you don't want them to crowd you, you don't want them to come towards you. Obviously we could work more on the backing up, we could teach him more backing up exercises as well, which would definitely help. But especially when he already knows that it means back up, I want to be pretty clear about it and really reinforce it. So here, back up, back up. Okay, he's backing up, but he doesn't really want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the stick. What happens a lot of times as well is that the horse thinks that you can't reach him anymore. So when I ask him to back up here now, I want him to still respect that command, even though I'm not close to him. So see how he's ignoring it just a little bit? So I'll bring him over here, and I'll ask him to back up. And if he thinks I can't reach him, I'll whip him on the chest. So when he starts to ignore the command, like right here, I'm asking him and he's not going back, I'll just whip him on the chest and say, hey, I can still reach you. I can still tell you to back up from any distance. Okay? So if he's not backing up, then I'll back up. Then I'll tell him, hey, I can still reach you. Okay, this isn't pretty, but he has to realize, yes, I can still reach him. And he's resisting a lot more now that he's feeling a bit of pain. So I say, hey, listen, I'm still in charge of you, and I can still tell you to back up from any distance. back up, back up. Good. So giving him those little pauses, but also at the same time, if he's not backing up, because he says, I'm not close to him, I can't reach him. I say, yes, I can still reach you. There we go. That was a good response. So it is important to breach the barrier where they're comfortable. Like yesterday, we didn't even get to the place where he was uncomfortable, not one time. Today, that was a bit more intense. But what's happening there is it's saying in those intense moments, what are you going to do? Are you going to obey me and, you know, do the exercise correctly? Or are you going to just go crazy, flip over backwards? You saw he jumped in the air and landed on his face. Well, we need to get over that. We need to get to the place where if he feels some pressure or some pain, that he respects what I'm asking him to do, and that he calms down and does the right thing. Because otherwise, you know, someone else might handle him a little bit quicker or something, and all of a sudden he flips over backwards, does a 360 and goes crazy. So that shows me that we haven't gotten to the place where he's not going to react badly. At least what I want him to do is back up with a bit of respect like he's doing now. So that's much better. And a lot of times they think that you can't reach him, and that's what we were just teaching him, is that at different distances. Okay, so there I pointed and he didn't even move. So I gotta tell him, hey, listen, I'm in control of you. I'm in charge. Back up. Okay, there we go. There's a bit more respect from him. So as we progress through the days, I'm asking more of him because he already knows what he's supposed to do. So if he doesn't listen and he disobeys, then it's a little bit more intense than day 1 or day 2 when he was just learning everything, okay? Okay, back up, that's too close. So see how much more he's respecting that now. When I tell him to back up, he says, okay, I'll consider it. Well guys, it seems like my microphone cut out about halfway through the lesson, but we worked on a lot of leading him around the pen. We also worked on some disengaging his hindquarters, which is really important for him to get better at that. And although it was a bit of an intense lesson for him and he reacted quite a lot, I think it was good progress still. And hopefully tomorrow he's a little bit more chilled and responds a bit better to things like backing up. I'm in the middle of filming an epic video series of training this wild horse. If you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Half of you watching this aren't even subscribed yet, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed, you can like the video. That helps it get more views. It's free to do both of those things. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps me a lot. So I appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next video.